So you can see the Cheesewring in the distance there, and the Cheesewring Quarry with the waste over there. If I pan back round, we'll zoom out, you can see Caradon Hill bathed in some beautiful winter sunlight, and you can see the continuation of that stope across the moorland there. It's all been fenced off very recently. It certainly wasn't like that 10 years ago. But you've also got this feature here. Now this is interesting. I'm not sure whether this is some kind of defensive feature or some kind of mining feature. It looks nominally like a defensive feature. And the reason I say that is as follows. It's very wide and it's got straight sides. And whilst the material has been mounded up around the top, if you were prospecting for a mine, why on earth would you have built a curved structure like this as opposed to a straight one? Because a curved structure would require more excavation. Secondly, why would you have built it so wide if it was mining related? I strongly suspect that this is more of a defensive structure. It's just about wide enough that a person can't jump across it. Whereas if you were mining, actually, you'd be far better off building something that was just the width of a human being. And thirdly, you can see the stope working there. Well, this linear feature is more or less parallel to it. And if you were trying to pick up stopes in this area, you'd want to go perpendicular to them because you'd have to excavate the minimum amount of ground then. Whereas this is more or less parallel, maybe slightly divergent, but more or less parallel. So I suspect this is a defensive structure, which would once again indicate that this part of the moor was occupied much further ago. It could also be a peat pass. Up on Dartmoor, there are what's called peat passes, which were these vertical gullies cut through the soft soils, through the peat, the bogland, and down to the rock, so that the ground was always passable to drove your cattle and bring feed up to your animals on the moors. It could well be a peat pass, but I suspect it's either a defensive structure or a peat pass rather than a mining related feature. Nonetheless, you could see how on a very cold, snowy day or a foggy day, if you accidentally stumbled across that, it could be quite a hazard. But I just wanted to show it to you. It's right up by the Cheesewring here, and really interesting structure up on the moors.